Alright, so the E6 just left, and I've been wanting to review this TV that's been sitting in my kitchen for a while. So let's just get right to it. I'm probably gonna miss the E6, just saying. Get out of here. Go. So the first thing I noticed that's different with this TV compared to the LG is this one is much heavier. Alright, so this is Samsung 65-inch 9800 series. What I didn't know about this TV is that it's curved. Now I knew that it was curved, but I was wondering if they might have like a flat panel version of it, but they don't. I think the next closest thing to the 9800 that's a flat panel is the 9500, but it's not as good as a picture from what I understand. But we won't really know until we try it. So, guess we'll go ahead and unwrap it, huh? Now the Samsung boxes are a little more of a pain in the ass than the LG boxes. Earthquake test. Now this isn't going to be a review, this is just going to be my first impressions on everything and what I think about the TV itself. I'm just going to get it put together and everything, and I'll go through what I don't like about it, what I do like about it as time goes on. I'll do update videos. Now this TV was sent to me. Guy saw my video, wanted to see what I thought about this TV. I've known him for a while, so I thought, you know, hey, I will review the TV. Yes, please put a nice TV in my living room. But I will give you my honest opinion. I'm actually not even a Samsung fan. I used to be, but I'm not so much anymore since, you know, the OLED thing happened. But I will give you my honest opinion on what I think about it. They seem to get somewhat of a positive review. Just your simple setup guide. Basic. It's going to be your remote, cables. This is the back panel in case you wall mount it. So this is one of the things I don't really care for about the Samsungs. Let me show you real quick. Me particularly, I don't really care for how small the remote is. The remote just seems kind of, I don't know, just duh. It's a very simple remote. I think they went for simplicity as a key factor in designing that remote, and I get that. My mom actually bought a Samsung. Get down. My mom actually bought a Samsung 8500. It's gonna be the bottom of your mount thing that goes into the TV, that goes into their Y stand. We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, my mom actually got, I think, yeah, it was an 8500. She seems to really like it, but it has the exact same remote, and I've gotten used to using it, but I don't really care for it. This is going to be your One Connect box. If you're not familiar with how Samsung does everything, Samsung does things through what they call a One Connect box now. Power cord basically goes from here to the TV, so you only have one cable actually going to the TV. Now this can be nice if you like to keep things, you know, neat and clean behind the TV. And supposedly, if you were to ever need a hardware update, I don't know, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure if you needed a hardware update that was more than what the One Connect or the TV could handle, you could simply just upgrade the box. This is going to have your digital audio, 4 HDMIs. You know, I don't see, I mean, I see some USB 2.0, but I don't see a USB 3.0. But you know what? I bet you the USB 3.0 is actually on the back of the TV, because that's what I've seen before. I bet you that's what is going on. So there's that. And I'm probably going to edit a bunch of this out just because nobody wants to sit here and watch me take a box apart. But like I said, the first thing I immediately noticed compared to the LG was the weight of this TV is significantly more than the OLED. Obviously because you've got backlighting and it's a much thicker panel. I just don't get the whole curved TV thing. Now, I think aesthetically they look great. Huh. I don't think that's supposed to be broken. Hopefully the whole TV's not broken. Hey man, I sent you a broken TV. See if you can review that. Anyhow, yeah, I don't really get the whole curve thing. I think aesthetically it looks great in your living room, but I really don't get, and I don't think that it gives you the whole effect of having an immersive experience. Maybe if you had like a 200-inch screen or something, I could see the curve definitely being like a plus. But for a 65-inch and a room this size, in most cases, the curve is really just all about looks. It's really not something that I care for, other than the look. This is going to be your fancy Y stand right here. Go ahead and get that out. There you go. Now see, this is what I was thinking might be an issue. Let me go ahead and show you. If you guys have a stand of some type that you're going to be sitting the television on, oh gee, that's not really going to work, is it? Because the stand sits really far out in front and it kind of displaces the whole entire screen. So I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do about that. Luckily, I'm not going to be keeping this TV for more than maybe 40 days. I don't know. It depends on how long he lets me keep it. But that's something for you guys to think about if you're planning on getting it. The stand does require more space than normal, and it does sit this TV out a little bit further than normal. It has a bigger footprint, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, now that we got all that fun junk out of the way. Alright, so the easiest way to put this on, I think, is going to be to actually stand it on top of itself. Stand it upside down, basically, I guess is what I mean to say. I haven't really set up a Samsung TV in a while. Ever since I set up my mom's, I'm guessing it's pretty similar. So, go ahead and take all this apart. In your base, you're going to have your screws. Also metric. What I do like about the Samsungs, though, is their overall texture. I really care for the texture. I like how they have that granulated feel, which actually matches all of the surround sound speakers I have, which is kind of cool. Watch me end up liking this TV. Alright, so you stand this up, and we're going to need a screwdriver. Let me go grab a screwdriver, I'll be right back. Alright, got the screwdriver. Okay. Operation Don't Break TV. There's nothing quicker to ruin a friendship than to break a TV, especially a brand new one. that somebody lets you borrow. So this basically, let me see if I can swing this around. I don't know if you can see that or not. This basically has two nozzles, or two clips basically, that sit inside, and you basically just push it and push it up. It seamlessly fits in there. Oh! And then this one plate right here is going to take 4 screws. Cats really like to help. I really can't stress to you enough about these small metric screws. If you over tighten them, they will strip out faster than a hot knife or butter. I really recommend you doing this by hand and not with a screw gun, or doing it by hand and gorilla tighten them down, because you'll really regret it. Especially when your TV's sitting on the stand one night and you're trying to impress your friends and it falls off on the floor because you over tighten the screws. It happens. Alright, got the screwdriver. Okay. Operation Don't Break TV. There's nothing quicker to ruin a friendship than to break a TV, especially a brand new one that somebody lets you borrow. So this basically, let me see if I can swing this around. I don't know if you can see that or not. This basically has two nozzles, or two clips basically, that sit inside, and you basically just push it and push it up. It seamlessly fits in there. Oh! And then this one plate right here is going to take 4 screws. Cats really like to help. I really can't stress to you enough about these small metric screws. If you over tighten them, they will strip out faster than a hot knife or butter. I really recommend you doing this by hand and not with a screw gun, or doing it by hand and gorilla tighten them down, because you'll really regret it. Especially when your TV's sitting on the stand one night and you're trying to impress your friends and it falls off on the floor because you over tighten the screws. It happens. Alright, before I put it up there on the stand, I wanted to give you a better look at what it looks like behind and all the way around. This feels like a very sturdy deal. This TV is not going to fall off this stand. I mean, this stand is pretty beefy, and you can see how much it wobbles just because of how heavy the TV is. This is going to definitely need a wall mount that's directly into a stud for sure, as you should with any TV. But now the feel of it, like I was saying, I really like this granulated feel. It feels exactly like it looks. I really like that. This is gonna, well, there it is up on the stand, kind of. If I were to end up keeping this TV, I'm definitely gonna have to figure out something with my front channel. But anyhow, I can already tell you right now, just by looking at this TV before I even hook it in to anything power wise, this thing is gonna be bad for viewing angles. you can just tell it's just gonna, this is something that's gonna be like a dead on viewing angle for the best picture, and that's it kind of deal. But we'll put it together, I'll set it up, I'll come back when I get ready to turn it on. Okay, so now one of the things I was just noticing while I was setting this up, it's really gonna bother me, and probably gonna bother everybody else, is this panel right here. It's just held on with 2 rubber grommets, and a little plastic piece slides into it and holds it on. Sounds good, right? But no. It doesn't sit flush with the back of the TV. It kind of slowly creeps out, and like the slightest tiny movement of anything pulls it right out. Are you kidding me? That is such a disastrous design. I mean, like, I'm barely even moving this, and it just falls right off. Now, if you were to have this wall mounted, and it was against a wall, and you didn't have a swivel wall mount, and this fell off, nobody's gonna see it. But you will know. You will know that this is not on there, and it'll be such a pain to get it back on. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Just these little plastic things go into the little rubber grommets. I don't know if you can see them or not. They're right there. It's just not a very good design. Let me know in the comments if this is just this TV, or if it's just this model, or if anybody else is having this trouble, because I feel like that's just, why? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and set it up. Actually, let me shut some of these lights off. Now, Samsungs get really bright. 1000 nits, I think, is their peak brightness, which they need it because the screen definitely has a huge negative effect on that glare there. Just go ahead and turn it on. Hopefully it comes on. Okay. Okay, so after the very lengty process of setting up the TV, which I thought was very intense for what it needed to be, it's done. I'm going to continue to go ahead and do things to the TV the rest of the day. I've got to calibrate it, get it tuned in, get everything set up to work with it and all that, and I'll give you an update on what I think about it. But overall, the TV so far I think looks great. The only real problem that I have with it so far is the panel on the back that covers up the Ethernet and the One Connect box plug. That is just this. Why, Samsung? Why? What are you thinking?